Hey, what's up everybody? IGN's Nick Lamone here for a very special unboxing. I am super excited because our friends at Nvidia, John Nvidia himself, sent us a 5090. So let's get this bad boy unboxed. All right, first we start with the packaging. We have all of our information blurred out, or at least I hope so. And let us begin. Woo, look at this bad boy. Man, just look at that. It looks like the GPU, but in a box form. So let's begin. Oh man, I don't know if I can pick this up. It's very heavy. Oh, that is very heavy. So we have our GeForce RTX 5090 box. And also looks like there's something else in here. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. Let's see what else is in this big box before we dig into the meat of the thing. Let's see. So these arrows are pointing out. All right. Is this everything? I don't know, it makes it look like there's something else inside, but we'll take a look at that, I guess, shortly. All right, now that we got our very fancy RTX 5090 box, we also have our tiny little box that came with the 5090. Before we dig into the meat of it, let's take a look at what it's inside. It says that there is a cable and an instruction manual, which is super important. And this cable is for your power supply. So you're gonna connect this bad boy to your power supply on your PC so that you can connect. Wow, this is a lot of impressive braided cables for the 5090. So make sure you don't lose this. This is very important. It's in the box. If you don't know where it is, it's in the box. And we have also our GeForce Quick Start Guide. But I'm gonna throw this tiny little box away, keep our important stuff here on the table, and now dig into the meat of it. This is the GeForce RTX 5090. Oh. Wow, it slides open really nicely. Well, there you go. Inside of our giant GPU, we have a still giant GPU. This is the RTX 5090, which features 3 DisplayPort 2.1s or UHBR20 and 1 HDMI 2.1. And before I dig into this a little bit further, I want to show this off to our center cam here, our overhead cam, and our insert cam. You guys can all see this in real time too. One thing to comment on, this thing is pretty hefty, but honestly not as heavy as I thought it would be. Fortunately, that probably bodes well for when it's actually in your PC case. You don't want it to do the little dip where it likes to tip over. It probably still will, but fortunately there's a lot of ways to fix that. But there you have it, it's a GPU. This bad boy can fit so many CUDA cores and ray tracing cores. For CUDA cores, this thing features 21,760 CUDA cores, as well as 318 teraflop ray tracing cores. And overall, the 5090 features 32 gigabytes of GDDR7 video RAM. So one of the new features of the 50 series from Nvidia is the implementation of DLSS4, which uses AI to boost your frames per second. This iteration has multi-frame generation with enhanced ray reconstruction and super resolution. Super resolution uses AI to increase the quality of the videos you're watching in a browser like Chrome or Firefox. For example, if a video is heavily compressed and of poor quality, super resolution can kick in to eliminate artifacting and sharpen the overall image. The 5090 GPU features 5th gen tensor cores, giving max AI performance with FP4 or 4-bit floating point. Once again, the 5090 features 3 2.1 display ports or UHBR20 and 1 HDMI 2.1. The maximum digital resolution the 5090 supports is 4K at 480 Hz or 8K at 165 Hz. And Brian, just for reference, what does the 4090 support?
240 Hz at 4K or 60 Hz at 8K.
So the 4090 supports 240 Hz at 4K or 60 Hz at 8K. So this is a pretty substantial upgrade. So if you do happen to be using your 5090 with an 8K display, just so you all know, apparently an 8K monitor is about $5,000. So that's 8K at 60 hertz, let alone 165 hertz. All right, now that we have our 5090 unboxed, let's go ahead and compare it real quick to a 4090 that we had laying around the office. Thank you very much, Red. This is the 4090 from Gigabyte. Keep in mind a couple things. I want to caveat a little bit before y'all start getting spicy in the comments. The Gigabyte third-party 4090 is just a GPU that we had in the office. This size comparison is by no means, all 4090s are larger than 5090s. Not really the place to kind of debate that sort of thing, but we're just here to showcase them side by side because we have the technology. So one thing that you'll notice right away is the overall size of the 5090 in comparison to the Gigabyte 4090. The 5090 is smaller profile overall, whether it be length or width. I think the 5090 has it beat all around. Additionally, we have the 3 fans on the Gigabyte 4090 versus the 2 fans on the 5090. Yeah, this is pretty clean profile overall. I really dig like the glossy insert on the fan, while the rest of the device is glossy, but it doesn't leave fingerprint style glossy, which I really dig. Also, just the design on this is so clean and so minimal, so it should integrate pretty nicely into just about any PC build. All right, let's go ahead and fly this off. One thing I also wanted to touch on with the 5090 is that the minimum power supply on this bad boy to actually get it running in your PC is 1000 watts. So double check your power supply or upgrade before you throw this bad boy in your computer. And while we did just do a size comparison from the 5090 to a third-party Gigabyte 4090, I do also want to see in post if we can throw up an image or comparison of some sort to an Nvidia 4090, just so the comparison's a little more one-to-one. Granted, the third-party 4090 is just what we had lying around the office. All right, there you have it. That is the Nvidia RTX 5090, available on January 30th, starting at the price of $1,999 US. And that's if you get there day one, so good luck. We'll have much more coverage on this bad boy, including some gameplay, up on IGN and YouTube. And be sure to keep an eye out for our upcoming review. That'll take a little bit more time though, as we put this through the ringer and really stress test it. But until then, I'm Nick Lamone, and thanks for watching.